Okay, so the next thing I want to do is I'm going to go back to my instructions here. Okay, so we've already created the query, which is going to ultimately make the basis for our report. Okay, so we're still working on the query. Let's do this one. Okay, this is very important. In our report, we want a new field called income, which is calculated at runtime. This field will calculate price multiplied by number. Okay, so in my query, I actually have to create this. Okay, so I'm going to go back to my database. Okay, now I'm in design view. Okay, so I'm in design view. While I'm in design view, I'm going to do the following. I'm going to type in. That's going to be the title of my new field. Okay, in order for it to be a title, if I put that colon in, okay, that tells Access Database that everything before that colon is going to be a text that will be the title of my field. Okay, and in the instructions they tell us that this has to have a mathematical operation which will multiply the field of price times number. So to do that, I just put in brackets price, okay, the title of that field there, or that column there, price times I check this box because I want to see this at runtime. All right, I'm going to save it to make sure that I have saved all my information. Last thing I want to do is I want to make sure that it's formatted for currency. Okay, so you got your property sheet up here. If you don't see it, just double click on the field or the column, click on properties, and you'll see that. Okay, so I've already formatted that to euros. Okay, drop down box here gives you a whole bunch of different options. Okay, so that should be good. Now, if I hit this run exclamation mark, it should show me all of these fields, including the new one that I created. So I'm going to hit run. And great, yeah, it shows me I've got a new field of income, okay, which is simply price times the number of tours that person has ordered, okay, which is great, good. All right, so the next thing I want to do is I want to show, let's go back here, shows only the records where the week is 36. Okay, so in order to do that, I go back to my database. Okay, go back into my query. I go into design view. Okay, show only the fields, sorry, show only the records where the week is 36. So in week, I'm just going to type 36. That will show me now only all of my records that are in week 36. Let's see to make sure that is correct. And sure enough, cool. I've got all my 36s. Okay. So let's go back to the instructions. It says I want to show the only the fields staff, date, booking, price, number, and income. Okay. And East in class said, does that mean show only the records where the week is 36? Should that be invisible? I said show them, but let's try it without showing it, okay? So we only want to see staff, date, booking, price, number, and income. I'm going to go back to my database, okay? Go back into design view, and I'm only going to check the boxes that have staff, date, booking, and price. Okay, so I don't want to see the ID. I do want to, I do want to see staff. I do want to see date. I do want to see booking. We don't want to see the week. Okay. We don't want to see, yes, we do want to see price. We do want to see number. And we do want to see income. So we don't want to see tour. Okay, so I'm going to save that. Save, run. Cool, I've got everything there. Is there anything else that I need to do to my query? Shows the date, sorts the data into ascending order. Okay, so it's already selected to be in ascending order. Let's just double check. That's great. If I need to do anything else, we can click on this, date, and we can click on ascending, and that double checks to make sure everything's cool. All right, we're going to have to do another check with the ascending order once we run the actual report, but that's fine for now. All right, let's just run over those instructions very quickly. Okay, let's see, got that. We'll do that once we run the report. Okay, calculates the total value of the income field and displays this at the end of the report as labeled total income. These two things, creating these labels in the report, we're going to actually do within the report itself. Okay, yep, we're going to do that in the report. Okay, we're going to do all these other things once we run the report. Okay, so time to run the report. Great. I know everything in my query is good. I'm going to save that just to make double sure. I'm going to close it to make sure I don't accidentally hit anything by mistake. And I'm actually going to create my report. So I go to create. All right, let's go to Report Wizard. Okay, now we want only the okay, so right here, I can create a report from tables or queries. Okay, we've already created the query, so let's just run it from that. And if we run that, we can see that query is only going to show us these fields. These are the only fields we want in that report. So that's great. We've got all of those. Let's just pull all of those over. Next, okay. Do you want to add any grouping levels? No, that's fine. Sort records up to 4 fields in either ascending or descending order. Okay, so let's try that here with they wanted, according to our instructions, we want so it sorts the data in ascending order of date. Okay, so let's do that when we're in that step right now. So let's choose date. Okay, and we want that in ascending order. So we go next. Okay, tabular is fine. Our instructions tell us that we want it to be in, has a page orientation of portrait. Okay, so go back to that. We do want it in portrait, and we want to make sure that everything fits on one page. Great. Okay. What do you want the title for the report to be? In our instructions, it tells us what we want the title to be. We want the title to be, includes the heading Week 36 Sales at the top of the page. So we'll put that in there. This is Week 36 sales. Preview the report, sure. Okay. And great, we've got a report. Okay. You can see everything fits on the page. All the titles are clear. Okay, that's great. Oh, no, one of the fields, one of the headings isn't clear. Okay, so we've got to do some adjustments, but we've got a heading, which we created at the time. Okay, that's looking good. Okay, so let's do this then. Now, we go back into design view, okay? And we can start switching all of these things, okay? Now, you want to make sure, for the purposes of the test, that you have your name on it. So go into the page footer and just write your name. Note, when you are in database, Access Database, anything that you want to be just text, you have to put in quotation marks, okay? If it's not in quotation marks, it's going to read it as some sort of formula or code, and it'll give me an error, okay? This just here shows me that I have the page. That's fine. Okay, I want to adjust some of these things here, okay? So let's go into design view. Yeah, sorry, we're already in design view. Let's go into layout view, okay? Okay, that's fine. Okay, so we go into layout view, all right? We can see the date, okay? Now, when you want to start moving things around, layout view is your best bet. Okay, I'm going to move the date over a little bit more. So just want this column heading to be moved over more. So I'm just going to click on the column heading itself. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to click on. Okay, here we go. All right, I'm going to click on the heading. Okay, and I'm going to move that over there. Okay, so you can click on the headings, the titles of the fields. You can also click on the fields themselves. Once I do that, okay, once I click on the fields, I can expand it. Okay, same here. I'm going to just shorten the names a little bit because they don't have to be that big. I'm going to move all of the bookings. Okay. Okay, so in order to get everything, this whole column, this whole field over, I click on booking, I hit Control, all right, that'll select all my fields and I can move it over like that. Okay, I'm going to do the same thing with price, over a little bit, okay, and I'm also going to just make the field price a little bit smaller. That's fine, yeah, okay. Now I need to expand number a little bit more, okay. Same thing, I'm going to move everything over in the number column over just a little bit more. Okay. All right. Okay, there's a couple other things we need to do to this report, and I'm going to do that in the next video. Okay.